October workshop for window treatment marketing pros. My name is Will Hankey. This month, we're talking all about AI, future proofing your business. Now, AI has been a huge topic. I probably get phone calls about it every single day asking how we use it and how window treatment and awning dealers can use it to their advantage. So we're going to be going through some of that today, talking all about different ways that you can look at AI as something that can help your business. So let's jump in. The impact of AI on digital marketing. So digital marketing is putting things on your website, building links, all of this stuff related to the internet and online stuff. How does that really impact your business from an AI standpoint? Well, quite honestly, it's become a critical tool, especially on the marketing side. Getting in front of the people, getting in front of those eyeballs is critical, obviously, and using an AI tool to help you with that is not an option anymore. There's been a drastic move from traditional marketing. So think of hand coding websites, things like that. Billboards, radio, all of that is traditional marketing. And really, even on the digital side, some of the things, like I mentioned, hand coding websites, doing some SEO things, there's a lot of things that you can do with AI now and those strategies instead that you can use to your advantage. So obviously, as you know, it's much more efficient and it's great for sales support. So we'll talk about some of these kind of ways that you can do some of this today. And you should be aware that your competition might be using AI for better optimization. So it's not just that this needs to be on your radar, but it's critical, as I said earlier, to making sure that you're staying in front of people as you go through your marketing and go through your year. So let's talk about how it can help you better reach your audience. Now, one of the easiest things here is content creation. Now, as you know, Google still looks at content on a website to judge that website. And when I say content, I mean pictures, text, things on your site, even some of the things that you might embed, like a video. They look at that stuff to kind of judge what is this page about and where should we rank this in the overall scheme of things. Content creation is a huge piece of that. So using AI tools to help generate some of that content makes the most sense, right? There's a couple of very popular ones. Most people have heard of ChatGPT. There's a couple other that are well-known. Claude is a great one. Quillbot is another one. And there are others out there as well. So using one of those tools to create content, a great way to get started. Now, I should mention, you don't want to just like go out there and create 100 pieces of content and post them on your site. That would be a really bad idea. But it's a great way to build a foundation. If you're familiar with the Pareto principle, get 80% of the way done and then do the last 20% of the work. This is a great example of something like that. You can also use AI for trend analysis. So most likely you've got a Google Analytics account that you maybe look at, maybe not. But there are tools out there that can help you with things that are a little bit more specific. So Google Trends is great, trends.google.com. This is a great place to put in a couple different keywords that you think you want to rank for and see where, how popular they are in your area. Hotjar is a great tool that lets you see where people are clicking on your site. You can actually watch a video of people moving around your site, clicking on things. Pretty cool. And then, of course, ChatGPT. You can give ChatGPT or Claude or these tools, they're called LLMs, large language models. You can give them trends, ideas, things that you see going on and say, how can we use this to our advantage, right? So these tools are great for this option. Social media management. A lot of these tools are coming out with easier ways to manage your social media, easier ways to post on social media, easier ways to create content specifically for social. The newest one that just came out in the last week is called Sora 2. And Sora is a great tool for making videos of yourself in different situations. Pretty cool, pretty awesome stuff. So some other social posting tools out there. Lead Boomerang is our program that a lot of our clients use. Well, all of our clients use, but a lot of other window treatment and awning dealers use as well. Later is another one that's fairly popular, and Hootsuite has been around a long time. That's a great tool for scheduling posts and getting them out there and blasting them to all the different socials all at once. There's also a tool called Midjourney, which is pretty cool. I just typed in, I don't remember what I typed, show me a picture with fancy cornices or something. It didn't do a great job of this, but it gave me some different pictures there. So obviously you got to be a little bit more specific on the type of output that you want. Oh, here I see it up there, a blue and orange cornice on a pink window. Yeah, so you probably need to be a little bit more specific than that, but at least you have an idea of what it can potentially generate. You can also say, okay, take image number 2 and change this, right? So you can kind of have a conversation with Midjourney until you get the picture that you like and the picture that you want, which is really cool. Some other creative inspiration tools lately, Midjourney I mentioned already, and Canva, probably the most popular, and it is really doing a great job of adding in some new AI stuff and just some new functionality. Canva is quite popular. So you can also analyze some metrics. So if you're doing all this marketing related work, why not see if it's working, right? So AI can help you better understand your customers, what they're doing, how they're taking action on your site or not taking action, and then it can also use that data that's coming in to create detailed personas. And if you've been on any of my workshops, you've heard me talking about different personas and different types of people that purchase from you. Give that information to AI and let it come up with a really detailed persona for you. Obviously, it can process large volumes of data and then provide insights from that. One of the cool things that we're doing for our clients now is getting transcripts of their conversations and then putting that into a file that we can then give to AI and say, hey, tell us opportunities that we're missing. Tell us where maybe we're falling short on converting people into clients or customers. There's a lot of things you can do just with data that you probably already have. So giving that to AI and say, hey, look through this and then give me some ideas of things that maybe we could be doing better or that we're not doing well, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, identifying patterns and trends. I kind of mentioned Google Trends earlier, but you can also use your data, similar to what I was just saying with uploading a bunch of transcripts, uploading a bunch of data, uploading all the people that did turn into appointments versus those that did not, and see if it can identify reasons why maybe that happened. And then trends, are we getting less appointments than we were after we implemented X thing? That can help you with some of that as well. Email marketing, another great way to use AI. So you can really use it to help with some things there. Subject line optimization. So a lot of people make their decision on opening an email depending on your subject line, right? So if you write a newsletter, give that newsletter to AI and say, hey, help me come up with some good subject lines that you think would help, that would make people open this particular newsletter. That's pretty awesome. AI can analyze customer data to help you create these subject lines. So not only can it look at your newsletter, but it can look at your personas if you have those and help you really create something very, very specific and intriguing to the customers. So it will predict which subject lines resonate depending on their interest, depending on their behavior. This obviously increases your open rate, which is really what we're after here. The more people that we can get to open our newsletter and maybe take action, or at least we have the opportunity to get our brand in front of them and back to top of mind, is a big piece of that. It also boosts visibility for new products and some of the promotions that maybe you're running. The more people that open it, the more people that are going to know about it, right? Obviously. Also, when it comes to email personalization, so the actual content of your email can be AI generated as well. And I have seen Gmail now, when you get an email in Gmail, it actually has a button there where you can get AI to help you with a response, which is pretty wild. You can just click the button and it'll give you a response. And if you don't like it, you can click the button or you can edit what it gave you, back to the whole 80-20 thing, right? What a great tool. So AI can also analyze customer behavior. We already know that. We have our personas. So we already know kind of what to say and who we're saying it to. So we can start to create some very tailored emails. We can target specific interests such as motorized blinds with personalized offers. So I heard somebody give an example of this a couple of years ago. Imagine that you are running a record store, and maybe I'm dating myself a little bit just by saying the words record store. But you have people that come in and they want to buy jazz, and you have people that come in and they want to buy hard rock, and you have people that come in that want to buy country, right? Wouldn't it make more sense if you segmented those people out? And then when you had a special on country records, that you sent that only to those people, right? So these are things that can start to help. Or you could send one email and say, if they're tagged as country or they like country music, insert this paragraph. If they like AC/DC, insert this paragraph. So there's some really cool things you can do that AI can help you kind of create one newsletter, but it goes out in a lot of different ways, which is pretty wild. So customized specifically to that person's interests. Now, obviously, it increases your relevance, right? Because it makes sense. The country people are getting a newsletter about the country records. The motorized blind people are getting information about motorized blinds, which obviously leads to higher click-through rates and more conversions or more appointments. Now, obviously, strengthens customer relationships because they are getting information that makes sense to them, resonates with them, and makes them feel good about the brand that's sending them stuff out, right? If I'm a country guy and I get stuff about hard metal rock, I'm probably not going to make that connection, right? I'm going to be like, why are they sending me this? I don't care. There's some really cool stuff that you can do there. Also, predictive send time. So different people open newsletters at different times, right? Some people might only open their email on the weekends because they're at work all week and they don't want to check their email in the evenings. They might only check it on Saturdays or Sundays, right? When they're winding down. AI can actually watch these different trends of how people interact with things that you send them and then send it to them at that time when they're most likely to see it at the top of their inbox and therefore open it. So that's pretty sweet. Can analyze each customer's habits to send it just at the right time, which is awesome. This obviously gets your promotions, gets you top of mind for them. And people are busy, right? They're not always available to, or maybe they don't want to scroll through 50 emails that they got over the course of the week. And yours becomes less important versus being one of the first things that they see when they check their email. This again increases your open rates and your overall performance. Drives engagement and sales without a lot of extra effort, right? You're creating it once and then AI is helping figure out when is the best time to deliver this and get it in front of the right people. Now, another big thing here is AI in paid ads and other display related advertising. I mentioned Sora earlier and the fact that you can now create videos of yourself in different situations that are not necessarily real. They're not something that you actually did, but it looks like you really did. This is a great tool. So I can see only more of this kind of stuff coming out and being able to get people's attention quick and easy. So obviously create very targeted ad campaigns using some of the insights we talked about earlier, knowing exactly what people do, how they do it, when they do it. Having that information can help AI get your ads written in just the right way that obviously is going to help you get more clicks, right? That increases not only your click-through rate, but your conversion rate. So if you're getting the right message to the right people, then you're spending less per lead because it's more optimized at the end of the day. Obviously, predictive keyword analysis, AI can take all the different things from past campaigns or just future campaigns. I'm wanting to do a campaign specifically around promoting my indoor shutters. Help me create keywords that you think people will engage with, or most likely my ads will show up. That's a great way to use something like that. Keyword discovery is another one. Here's a list of keywords that I'm currently running ads for, along with their click-through rates and conversion rates. If you have that information, what am I missing? Are there other keywords I should probably be focusing on, spending my money on, that kind of thing? So letting it help you with that. And then understanding semantic search. So how people search. A lot of times people will search for one phrase, but when they get to the website, they might search for something slightly different, right? They might search for window treatments near me, land on your site, and then they type in Roman shades, right? So understanding the different semantic searches that come up, how people interact with those, and how people call different things different things. That's also a big part of this. Not everybody calls draperies curtains, and not everybody calls curtains draperies, right? There's definitely a difference there. And there's also a difference in maybe the type of audience that you want to be in front of just by using different keywords. It can also help with the bid management. So if we really want to focus on Roman shades, then I'm willing to spend a little bit more to get those clicks, but I don't want to do blind repair, right? So you can start to teach AI some of these things and say, spend my money here. If you see that this ad is working really well, let's create other versions of that and put more money towards that. There's a lot of ways that you can go around reallocating your budget, bidding correctly. If you know that the first 3 days of the month, a lot of your competitors are bidding and maybe burning up their budget, then maybe you kind of pull off those 3 days and then start your ads on day 4. And AI can help you with some of that as well, because there's less competition at that time. I mentioned Google Analytics earlier. You can definitely use AI with some of your analytics related stuff. Put it into one of these systems and say, hey, tell me more. Tell me where I'm missing it. Tell me what trends you see. What do you see going on? A tool like Lead Boomerang is a great source for this. If you have all of your data around what source people are coming from the most, what phone numbers they're calling, things they're asking about when they get to you or fill out a form on your site or use your chat widget, any of those kinds of things, we can take all of that data and give it to AI and say, help me, decipher this and how can we make this a little bit better? Obviously, in QuickBooks, when it comes to inventory management, it can help you with that as well. So let you know, hey, you're starting to get low on this, or we're expecting a bit of a rush the next month on shutters. By looking at the last couple of years, you should probably get a couple extras of those in the warehouse now. And then data analysis using some tools like AI chatbots for customer service. This is a great way to kind of start a conversation with somebody that maybe doesn't want to pick up the phone and call. I always tell the story of when pizza apps came into existence and you no longer had to pick up the phone to order a pizza. My wife loved that because she doesn't like talking to people. Having an app where you could just get the thing done is fantastic. The same is true now for AI chatbots. Having this chatbot on your site for people that just need to ask easy questions. Hey, do you guys do Roman shades? And then, of course, you have to teach the chatbot to say, yes, as a matter of fact, we do. Would you like to set an appointment for us to come out and see what you got going on? These things are fantastic. So using this is an easy win for customer service and getting appointments set. Bright Local is a great tool. We use Bright Local in our business to help with local SEO. So getting your website into more citations, more mentions online, those kinds of things. Search Atlas, SEMrush, Hrefs is another one. These are all tools that can help you with your SEO and see what your website is doing, how it's doing, and it can actually teach you, here's how other people, competitors, are optimizing their site, and maybe you should pay attention to some of this as well. Other things that you can do is predictive marketing and lead scoring. So you can predict, again, when people are most likely to engage with you. And also the people that do engage with you, you can start to score them. Maybe it's on a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 100 on how likely they are to turn into a customer of yours. So did they do this thing and then they also did this thing on your site? Their lead score is probably a little higher than somebody who just clicked an ad, filled out a form, and didn't do anything else, right? So these systems can start to watch some of these different behaviors and score them or add a point if they downloaded your guide on window treatments. Give them another point if they replied to a text message you sent, right? There's a lot of things you can do to really kind of start scoring these people, have a good idea of their intent and their willingness to purchase from you. Google Analytics kind of already went through some of this, but Google Analytics is a great way to see what's working, how many visitors are we getting, are those good quality visitors, are they spending time on the site? Are there a lot of bounces, meaning they came to the website and bounced back, but so didn't actually look at anything? A lot of these different things you can look at real world data and see exactly what they're doing on your site. And if there's ways for you to improve, it looks like a lot of people are bouncing on this particular page. Maybe it doesn't look right from a design standpoint. They thought they were in the wrong place. Maybe the headline is incorrect and they, again, thought they were in the wrong place. Maybe there's not enough content there for them to make a solid decision. So there's a lot of ways that you could use the analytics data to improve your website, for example. Now, when it comes to AI for happier customers, I already talked about chatbot. You definitely need a chatbot on your site. Tools like Lead Boomerang let you do that kind of stuff, but having something on there where it's instant support is pretty awesome. If it's Sunday afternoon and somebody sends a message, do you guys do cornices? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. Some of that stuff can be automated now. which is really cool and obviously leads to happier customers, more appointments is great. You can actually teach these systems to give personalized recommendations. So what are you trying to accomplish? Well, I need my husband works second shift or third shift, and he really needs blackout. He needs a dark room during the day, right? Then the AI could recommend, oh, you probably need to look at blackout shades. Here's a link to that page on our website. Something like that would be really cool. Sentiment analysis. So what responses are you getting from customers? And then depending on those responses, coming back with something that makes sense for a next step. Obviously, you're always trying to just move a conversation along and move it towards getting an appointment. So understanding when somebody says, no, I don't like that, or yes, that's what I'm looking for. Understanding those kinds of differences in nuance with chat is a little tricky, but AI is really good at knowing that. And then training and knowledge management, make sure that you do teach the language model about your business. Here's what we do. Here's our website. Go look at our website and all of our products and all of our services. So you have a good idea of how to answer people when they ask if we do this thing, right? You can even take that a step further. And if somebody, 3 or 4 or 5 people come to your site and are asking for Roman shades and you don't have that on your website, AI can kind of see those kinds of things too, those trends, and say, hey, by the way, you got a decent amount of people asking about Roman shades and you don't actually have a page on the site for this. You probably should build a page around the specific thing. So some really cool stuff you can do there. Responding to reviews is a big one. So if you've been on my workshop around Google Business Profile and optimizing that, one of the things I mentioned on there is respond to every review, respond to every 5-star, respond to every 1-star, and obviously all of them in between. The one thing you don't want to do, especially probably getting a lot of 5 stars, right? What you don't want to do is just say, thanks for the review. Have a great day, right? You can only say that so many times. So giving every review, copying and pasting that review into a tool like ChatGPT, saying, hey, this customer just left this review, help me write a reply. It'll mix it up for you. It'll keep it fresh, keep it different. It won't be the same dry review response every single time. So that's an easy win that you can do. Now, when it comes to overcoming some of these adoption challenges, there's a lot of new stuff, a lot of stuff that didn't exist a year, 2 years ago. So one of the things I hear a lot is AI is going to replace us. That definitely is not true. It really, as you saw in all the examples I just went through, it really augments a lot of the things that your marketing company is doing or you're doing yourself and just makes them better, right? If you learn how to integrate, talk to the LLMs and really kind of have a conversational tone around here's what's going on, help me make this a little bit better, I think you'd be very surprised that that's not true. So AI generated content lacks creativity and authenticity. So part of this is true, right? The fact that having AI just create content for you and you taking that content, putting it out on a website, not the best approach. But if you can look at AI as assisting you in creating content, that the old saying is trash in, trash out, right? If you're not giving it a good explanation of what you want, then you're not going to get a good output at the end of the day. So you do have to be a little creative and say, here's what I'm trying to do or thinking about. Help me come up with different ways to do this. Then absolutely, it can really help you in that case. AI is too complicated and expensive for small businesses. Definitely not true there. Most AI platforms, even if you pay for like ChatGPT Pro, I think it's $20 a month. I mean, why not? That makes a whole lot more sense. It's a little bit more private. You can teach it specific things about your business. You can bounce ideas off of it. Most of these are very user-friendly. You can even just talk. Here's what I'm thinking of doing. You can talk into your phone and hit the button. It'll transcribe that and then give you a response. So lots of easy ways to get this. This is not a lot of friction to get started. It's not a big speed bump. It's not a roadblock. These tools are very, very easy to use and definitely can be scaled for small businesses. So let's talk about moving towards using AI a little bit more, especially in some of your marketing workflows. One of the things that I say is just start with one project. Don't jump in feet first and say, we're going to redo everything in AI, right? Just start with one thing, like let's get better at responding to our reviews. Let's get better at that. Or we've never responded to a review. We probably need to go back and do that, right? Either one of those. Start with some sort of project, find a little bit of training on it, there's lots of training on our website, wtmarketingpros.com. There are podcasts out there on this. There are a lot of different ways that you go to YouTube and just type in AI for review responses. You'll probably get a ton of videos that can help you start to get a good idea of what you're trying to do. And then also give that training to your ChatGPT. So, hey, this video helped me. This website really helped me. Take this information and help me start to create some responses to some of the reviews that we've had recently. The big thing here is to make sure that you understand this is an augmentation tool. If you have people on your team that are not really sure about it, this is a great way to get started. One little project and say, listen, this is only going to help you. We're not going to replace you. We just want to make it more efficient for you and obviously get things done a little bit quicker. So, and then gradually implement that into maybe other things that you're also doing. Don't do it all at once. Now, when it comes to the future of AI in window treatment marketing, one of the things that we rolled out that several of our clients are using now, including us ourselves, is voice AI. So having AI answer your phones or using voice search. So a lot of people are using Alexa, Siri, Google, these different platforms to start to do searches for small businesses. So making sure that you're optimized when somebody searches via voice and having that content on your site. AI can help you kind of create a lot of that and help you make sure that you're optimized for those types of things and those types of searches. A lot of times people that use voice to make some sort of search is a lot different than what they would sit down and type into keyboard. So you definitely need to be optimized specifically for that. Energy management. I'm a huge smart home nerd. So love the energy management related stuff, close the blinds in the evening when the sun is blasting on the windows, that kind of thing. A lot of this stuff, but a lot of this can be done using AI or programming AI in sort of a way that tells your customers about it. So customer relationship, we talked about CRM, we talked about Lead Boomerang. These tools, if they're used correctly, you can really analyze a lot of things that's going on in your business and a lot of things related to marketing. What's working well? Where did I put $1 in and $10 came out? Where did I put $1 in but only 25 cents came out, right? And it can help you adjust these different things. Hey, you should probably put more money into this project, less money into this marketing campaign, or this one isn't performing very well. You should probably look at it and see if there's ways to optimize it. By the way, the AI can help you with ideas on ways to optimize that and turn that into an ROI positive thing. So content creation, optimization, we talked about this. Give it some content, give it some context and say, here's what we're trying to do. Help me create these different things related to it, assets, I guess we'd say. Ad optimization, continually look at the ads that are running, look at how people are engaging with them, and then say, okay, this ad is running really well. These other two are not. So maybe we turn those two off. We take the one that's working well and write a couple versions of it and test those for the next 7 days or something, right? So having AI look at things, help you adjust, help you make better decisions, and improve your click-through rate, lower your cost per lead. A lot of those kinds of things can be done with AI on your side. So listen, thanks so much for jumping on today. I hope there was something that you learned and something that has intrigued you and maybe something you want to look into a little bit more. Again, if you want to have a strategy session or just talk through some ideas, I'd love to have that. And I appreciate you hanging around to the end here. Here's all our socials. Here's all the ways to get a hold of us. We're pretty easy to find online. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.